Will Wright's Spore franchise hasn't seen the same success as a Sim series has, but it's definitely sold well enough to branch out onto other platforms and genres. Spore Hero takes the original concept of evolving and customizing an organism and applies it to a linear adventure platformer meant for the younger Wii crowd. The story is simple. You play as a creature that's crash-landed on a mysterious planet inhabited by a random assortment of beasts. At the same time, an evil critter has also hit the scene, along with a bunch of red rocks that have had some adverse effects on some of the planet's native creatures. Of course, it's up to you to save the day. The Wii game looks pretty good, but the engine tends to take a dive when there's more than a few creatures on screen. The frame rate hiccups are mostly minor, but during the fights the slowdown can be devastating to your fight strategy. Battles are one-on-one fights that are mostly timing based, so when the frame rate chugs, it really bogs down the timing of button presses and remote waggling. Presentation wise, the game does have that Spore charm to it. All of the creatures you meet have that cheerful feel to them, and kids will probably enjoy this bright, colorful world. For the most part, the game has you traveling around different environments, accepting quests, and fighting other creatures. By completing specific tasks and winning fights, you'll earn body parts that enhance your character's abilities, both in the exploration and in battle. Some areas aren't accessible until you gain a certain ability, like a double jump or flight, so new parts will open up new environments. There are also silly minigames like a dance-off or singing challenge that use the Wii Remote and nunchuck motion, but neither are particularly hard and feel more like busy work. The meat of the game is the Spore creature customization, and while it's not quite as deep on the Wii as it is on the PC, you'll definitely have the ability to come up with some crazy creature designs, provided you snag the body parts in the adventure portion, of course. Throughout the adventure, you'll be updating your creature dozens of times, but you can also come up with different creatures outside of the adventure for multiplayer battles. Like the PC game, you can save your creations in the Sporepedia, but for some dumb reason, you cannot share these creations online. Even the Nintendo DS versions of Spore have this feature. Without the ability to show off your creatures to the rest of the world, the creation option feels absolutely pointless. For the most part, Spore Hero is a solid experience that's a bit sloppy and repetitive in places. The combat's crude, the visuals can get choppy, and the Spore theme isn't nearly as deep as it could be. However, the adventure itself is fun, deep, and lengthy, so it's not a complete bust. Overall, Spore Hero definitely feels like it needs a bit more time in the cooker before it's a proper Spore game. For the full written review, head on over to IGN.com.